y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, brendalashell, and y'all already know I'm back again for another Bad Boys review. Today is Tuesday, so it just came out, 2 days ago? So we got a lot to discuss, and like I always say in each video, I don't want to hold up my time, y'all time, so just comment, like, and subscribe if y'all want to, and we finna go and get straight into this Bad Boys review. So, okay, so normally, but okay, so normally I take notes, but I was watching it with my friends, and so baby, I'm just gonna say this. After everything that went on this weekend between me and my friends, look, I feel like we could have been on Bad Boys or Baddies. Like, it was just so much going on. But so I ended up watching it with my friends, and I ended up like not taking notes or whatever. So I'm just gonna try to remember what happened straight off the dome. I'm not going in order. I'm just remembering what I can remember from the episode of Bad Boys. But first of all, the first thing I want to start off with, y'all remember in my last video, I don't know if y'all remember or if y'all watched the video, but if you did, then y'all know that I said how Landon and Poodie is real messy, and like they a beautiful couple, but I don't like them because they overly messy. They want to act like bullies, like they like laughing at people's pain. Like, I don't like how they was like basically like laughing at the fact that Shotty got jumped. Like Poodie, Landon, Jada, Island Boy, all them jumped in and was basically jumping Shotty. And I forgot the dude's name, Alpha, that's his name. And then they had such a big problem that Alpha jumped in, then Alpha ended up going home. But that was like, that wasn't the episode Sunday, that was the one last week. The Sunday before last, this Sunday. There was, you know, but anyway. But anyway, I said Poodie and Landon messy, right? And they end up getting their karma. I'm talking about, wait, no. Well, Shotty brought Ara in, but this what I kind of feel. I could be wrong with this speculation, but I don't feel like Shotty necessarily brought Ara in. I feel like maybe the producers brought Ara in because, and let me just say this. I feel like the producers brought Ara in, and the reason why I feel like that is because the producers probably like thinking what I'm thinking, like, damn. Like, I know we want lights, camera, and action, but like that's not fair how damn near the whole house jumping on Shotty, and Shotty don't got no help. Then the little help that Shotty did have, he left. Alpha said, look, this too much motherfucking shit. Alpha said, this is too ghetto. Alpha said, I'm finna go. And honestly, like I said, Alpha should have followed his first mind. He should have left at first before he ended up getting jumped with Shotty. But I ain't gonna lie, like I said, like Alpha, they call Alpha all these type of, say he weak and crybaby and all of that, but I like Alpha. He seemed like a good person. He helped Shotty fight. John sitting up here started saying that Shotty, you my nigga, but goddamn, you ain't helped this nigga fight not one time. Weird, fuck out my face. Don't be saying you fuck with me, but you sitting here let me get jumped by all these motherfucking niggas. But anyway, so I'm just speculating, but I do feel like maybe the producers like probably felt bad that Shotty was getting jumped by Jada, Poodie, Landon, Island Boy jumping in, and all this other stuff. So I kind of feel like maybe the producers probably brought Ara in because they like, this not fair. Like, y'all sitting up here jumping on Shotty, so we finna bring somebody in to help Shotty, and we gonna shake the table a little bit. But let me just say this. I love Ara. I remember him from the last season and from a couple other seasons, I think. But I love Ara. Like, he funny. Ara jacking. And, like, Ara do seem like a good person. Like, Ara remind me of me. Like, Ara is not a bully, but he gonna say what he feel is right, and he gonna say what he feel wrong. Now, you might not want to hear it, but he don't get not one fuck. Like, I remember that time when it was one season when it was Ara and Chef D, I think that was his name. Like, Ara said how he feel, and Chef D did not like that. And I think that's how Ara and the other dude ended up getting a fight. But that's a whole nother season. But I'm just gonna say this, like, I like Ara, and personally, I'm happy that they brought Ara in to like help Shotty fight, because like that's weird. Like damn, the whole house jumping Shotty and he ain't got no motherfucking help, and then after ass just then left. I'ma be real. Like if it was, is it a cash prize at the end? I think Nelly did say it's a cash prize at the end. I'ma be real. If I had to give the cash prize to somebody, it's definitely gonna be Shotty, because Shotty don't get not one fuck. I don't care if he get jumped. I don't care if he get beat up. Like you got him fucked up. And then it's crazy that like Landon, Poodie, Jada, they trying to make it seem like Shotty ain't that nigga. I'ma be real. Shotty is that nigga. He hold his own. Like he don't give a fuck. Do you hear me? Shotty then fought Jada big ass so many motherfucking times. And don't even, like, Jada is a bully, but Jada want to keep on trying to fight Shotty, but Jada don't want to keep on fighting Island Boy. And Island Boy weird, because at first, like, I did like how Island Boy came in and then he slid Jada across that floor. But, like, now it's getting weird because if I'm not mistaken, when Ara came in, and because I think Shotty was fighting Landon, and then Ara got to fight with Poodie, and this is what I say. Remember when I was like Poodie and Landon messy, they end up getting their karma. Did y'all see what happened? I'm talking about Ara stole on Poodie, and like Poodie constantly just spitting out blood. I'm talking about Poodie is spitting out so much damn blood, you would think he drunk some red Kool-Aid and just, like, had a sip of red Kool-Aid and just spit it out. Like, but you want to know something? I ain't feel bad for Poodie, because stop being messy, stop being a motherfucking bully. The fuck? It is what it is. I'm talking about Ara came in, and then somebody said, I see why they call him Big Banger. I think that was Lynx. Lynx crazy. I don't know, Lynx got too much energy. He act like he on coke or something. But Lynx funny, but he got too much energy, though. Like he on, I don't know, like he on coke, like, and I feel like Link Sleep be getting like who was they got to fight? Was it Landon and Lynx, or was it Poodie? I think it was Landon and Lynx, and then that's when Poodie jumped in. But I'm gonna be real, Poodie and like, even though it was separate, I ain't saying when they jumped them, but when Landon and Lynx was fighting, I feel like Landon was keeping up with Lynx. And then when Poodie and Lynx was well, I ain't gonna lie, Poodie was kind of like sneaking Lynx. Like when he was by the pool, he hit him, then he fell in the pool. But I ain't gonna lie, I feel like for Lynx to have so much energy, baby, you could be a way better fighter. Calm down. And he was like, I'm a big ball of energy. You a big ball of coke. That's what it's giving. But he cool though. Like he funny and all that. So yeah. So Shotty brought in Ara, but I feel like the producers brought in Ara to like shake the table and to have somebody to help Shotty, cause Shotty sitting up here fighting these big ass niggas by himself. And like I said, with Island Boy, at first I liked the Island Boy because like I liked how he slid Jada, cause Jada sit up here being a bully. But it's like now is Island Boy trying to get on Jada's good side, or what's going on? Like, and then like how Poodie and Landon them fighting Ara and Shotty, and then how Island Boy tried to jump. Well, he did jump in. I don't like that. Like, it's weird. Like, it's like, Island Boy, what is you doing? I feel like, if my honest opinion, I feel like if Island Boy gonna fight anybody, it needs to be Jada big ass. The fuck? You sit up here fighting everybody else. Like, come on now, what's going on? You need to be study fighting Jada. The fuck? So, like, that was just weird to me how he jumped in and how I think Island Boy fought Ara. I don't think Island Boy fought Shotty, but I was happy when Shotty stole on Landon, had Landon nose leaking. Do you hear me? I'm talking about Shotty and Ara. They had Landon and Poodie in the motherfucking bathroom bloody. Do you hear me? Landon nose was bloody. Poodie just started spitting out blood, and I ain't feel bad for him because they too messy and they just bullies. Like, Big Baker came through and helped his friend. Yeah. And then something else that I didn't like, Cozy. Cozy, look, you just need to just stay pretty. Like, Cozy, I feel so, like, and then with Noel, that's another thing. At first, in the beginning, I liked Noel because I feel like Noel was holding his own. And at first, I was like, if I was to get a, like, it's a cash prize. And if I was to get a cash prize to anybody, I was like, I'd probably give it to Noel. But, because he would hold his own, started fighting Jada back to back to back, like, you know, and then multiple people trying to fight him, like, he would hold his own. But now it's giving you try to kiss Jada ass and all that. Cause you try to remember the part when he was like, I find you attractive and woo woo woo. So like I wanna squash the beat. And remember Shawty was like, fuck that nigga, man, fuck that bitch, don't squash that beat. I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I give MVP to Shawty. Like he holding his own, whether he win, lose, or if it's a tie, bitch, he getting in the field. He don't give a fuck. Like I feel like Shawty fighting about his respect. Bitch, you got me fucked up. I fuck with Shawty. But like I said, I ain't like how Island Boy jumped in it and was trying to fight Ira. But you wanna know something else? I don't know. I think I said this in the last video, in my last Bad Boys review video. If y'all pay attention, Paris ass ain't doing nothing. Now, I like Paris because he funny, but like everybody that got, even Check that got the fight. Okay, so with Cozy. Poor Cozy, like, he just needs to just stick to being pretty. You can tell Cozy did not want to fight Noelle. And the fact that Noelle fought Cozy because Cozy didn't pick Noelle to go, that's crazy. The fact that Cozy fought, that Noelle fought Cozy, all because Cozy didn't pick Noelle to go to the club, that's crazy. Like, you see Lynx, he was like, really, I ain't give a fuck about the club. Like, and then I think it was either Landon or Poodie that was like, so you the only one who felt the way about not going to the club. And I just feel like, in the confessionals, Noelle was like, big Noelle is really little dog, little puppy. Because, and then like, how Cozy and Noelle fought was because Noelle threw Cozy bed in the pool. And so it's just like, you wouldn't dare do that to Jada. Like you act like you didn't want to fight Jada. You my granddad or whatever he was saying. But with Cozy, you want to like try to be a bully. Like it's just giving weird. Like I don't know. Like and then he talked about big Noelle, baby, little pup, little dog. So yeah, threw that boy stuff in the pool. That was crazy. Miss Paris, like, okay, I like Paris. Paris funny. I like that blonde, like hair that he be rocking. Like you know, he be looking cute. He funny. But I'm be real. If y'all pay attention, Paris ain't did a motherfucking thing. I'm be real. Paris like everybody that fought, even Check that fought. Why Paris ain't fought? You see what I'm saying? Like Paris, like, please, don't be like, but then again, if Paris don't got smoke with nobody, then he just don't got smoke with nobody. But it's just giving Paris playing it safe. And I kind of feel like Paris slick hiding behind Jada. But speaking of Jada, did y'all see how Jada was slick being messy? Considering the fact that Jada and Paris is best friends, like, did y'all peep when Ira, aka Big Banger, did y'all peep how Jada asked Ira, he was like, I heard you trying to fight Paris. And then Ira was like, he basically was like, yeah, but I'm gonna fight Paris on my own time when I get ready. He was like, not right now, because, you know, he just got the fight with Island Boy. He got the fight with Landon. Poodie, I don't think he fought Landon, but yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because he was trying to get to Landon, but they wouldn't let him get to Landon. And that's speaking of Mr. Landon, I ain't never seen Landon sleep duck a fade. Landon, because I think like the medics or whatever, ooh, wow, that was a big catch. But I think like when the medics, they was wrapping up Landon hand, and then Ira was like, they wrapping up Landon hand, and Ira was like, hurry up, Landon, hurry up. And then that's when what's his name, Jada was like, he just fought, fight somebody else. I don't like that. Cause Jada, please shut the fuck up. Because you weren't saying that when Poodie and Landon was jumping everybody. But then you talk about some Landon just fought, fight somebody else. No, Landon and Poodie jumped Shotty. Ira is here for Shotty because y'all low down for jumping that boy. Then John up here talking about he his motherfucking best friend, or not best friend, but like act like he cool with Shotty, but watching him get jumped. Weird. And so and did y'all see the part? So that's how I feel about that. Like Paris ain't fought nobody yet, but because like I said, it's kind of crazy that Jada and Paris is friends, and it's like Jada was being messy trying to like force Paris to fight. Like I'm like, oh wait. But so basically when Jada said that, like, alright, ain't you supposed to be fighting Paris? That's when Paris just jumped up, and the way Paris jumped up and ran off that couch, I died laughing. That was so funny. This boy jumped up and hopped off that couch. That was so funny. But so I'm excited. Like, they ain't gonna show that fight until this coming up Sunday. So I'm excited. Like I said, Paris ain't fought nothing. I feel like he been hiding behind Jada, so we gonna see. But I'm not gonna lie though. I'm trying to figure out what reason do Paris have for fighting Ara? Like, what reason do Ara want to fight Jada? Because not Jada, but Paris. Because Paris jumped off the couch on Ara. So I'm trying to see why Ara want to fight Paris. And then, did y'all see when Corey was slick flirting with Sace? And then, did you see, like, he was slick flirting with Sace when they were all in the room, and then Sace ended up pushing Corey up off, because Sace, I think Corey was sitting down. They were all in the room, laying on the bed. Jada was on this bed, laying down, and it was like Paris, Corey, I think Noel, and they were all just chilling in the room. And then Corey basically like grabbed Sace, and Sace kind of like pushed him back, then walked over there where Jada was at. Hey, and then I'm not the only one thinking this. I've been seeing it on TikTok too. I've been reading the comments. Like, I feel like Jada and Sace is talking on the low. And I feel like, because like, why do Jada like keep on jumping and say stuff? He don't jump in nobody else stuff but Sace. It's giving they must be fucking. I'm be real. Like, he don't jump in nobody else stuff but say stuff. So it's giving, is that your lover? And even Corey, when they were all at the breakfast table, it was Corey, Lynx, Noel, I think, it was Check. They was like, it was the scene right before Lynx walked up and threw the cereal on Corey, and that was funny. But Corey even asked Sace, he was like Sace was basically like, Corey asked Sace, I think he was like, so do you and, it's like, he was like, the people is saying you and Jada is sword fighting. Remember, he was like, Corey was like, the people saying you and Jada like scissoring except for the opposite. And he was like, sword fighting. He crazy. Boy, crazy. But, and then basically Sace denied it. Because remember, I think it was like the first and second episode, Sace was arguing with John. And he was like, F-U-C-K niggas. I think Sace is lying. Like, you can just look at him. You can tell he gay. Like, just look at him. Like, he stand like this. He be like, bitch. What's like, come on now. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like is Jada and Sace like dating or something, talking, like having a little fling or something? Because why do Jada keep on jumping and say stuff? Like, and then even when John kept on picking with Jada, John kept on picking with Sace. Because all Sace asked John was, did you see the fight? Like, did you see when Paris and Cozy got the fight? Or I think Sace was like, or did you have a part in throwing his stuff in the pool? Or so I don't know what he said. Sace asked John something, then John basically like, shut the fuck up talking to me, boy. And when he said boy, I said, yeah, that was disrespectful. Like, who do you think you talking to? Like Landon said, John always like puffing his chest out and ready to fight. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tired of John and Sace fighting. Like, I'm on Sace's side. Damn, how many times do you want to fight me? Cause one thing I will say, Sace get in the paint every time, but he like, damn, I'm tired of fighting you. Like, damn, fight somebody else. Like, and then you peep how Jada had stood up, and Jada was like, either leave him alone, like he don't want to fight, just leave it alone, or we gonna run it. And then basically, then that's when Sace and John, that was just basically John was like, John was telling Sace like, what you want to do? Like, me and you can keep running it, I can run it for your friend, it don't matter. John crazy. He said like, we can keep running it, or I can run it with your friend, it don't matter. So I just feel like John said that, like, or I can keep running it, I can run it with your friend, or I can keep running it with you. But did y'all peep right before John and Sace had fought again? Did y'all peep how it seemed like John was trying to say something to Jada? It's just like, you can tell who's scary for real. Island Boy and Jada only fought one time, but then Island Boy keep jumping into the, like, every time a small nigga get to fight, Island Boy jumping in it. Like how Island Boy fought Ira, then Island Boy jumped in it trying to fight Alpha and Shotty. Like, but it just giving like you only wanted to fight Island Boy, only wanted to fight Jada one time. Jada only wanted to fight Island Boy no more than 2 times, and then y'all cool. But y'all keep on like trying to like fight everybody else over and over. It's giving weird, like. And yeah, that was funny when when Lynx came up and threw that cereal on Corey. That was funny. Then towards the end, they were fighting with one hand. Corey and Lynx was fighting with one hand. Like, that's crazy, man. But yeah, I will say that this past episode of Bad Boys, that was highly entertaining. Like, it was too much going on. But I am happy that Poodie and Landon got their karma, because they were doing too much, overly messy, keep on jumping folks. Like, baby, like you can prove that you like a bad bitch, or you can prove that you don't play this shit without being like overly messy, without being acting like you superior to everybody. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all I gotta say for this review. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all did, comment, like, subscribe, follow me on all social medias if y'all want to, no pressure. But I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.